Hi, this is Michael Rony Mullick, and you are watching the pre-market show. Today is the 16th of May, and let us look into what happened in the global markets in the morning and what we can expect going into trade today uh, for Nifty and Bank Nifty. So let us start with obviously the major event that has happened today morning. It is the Chinese industrial production data, which came out in the morning at 7:30 a.m. and it came out actually at a quite a negative area, and the markets are not taking it in a positive manner, and the markets are down. Asian markets are down, US markets are down after its positive ending towards the Friday, especially the last half an hour. So if you look at the Chinese industrial production data, let me pull up the data in front of you. So as you can see, 7:30 a.m. Chinese production data for the month of April. The previous data for the month of March was around 5%, and then we know the Chinese economy went into a lockdown for the COVID-19 cases, which were on an uptrend. And so obviously, since the industries were closed down, people were expecting a lower industrial production rate than March. So people were expecting around 0.4 percentage, which was the consensus, but the actual data came out to be negative 2.9%, almost close to negative 3%. So obviously that is much below the expectation of people. So it fell around 8%, which you can say, from positive 5% to negative 3%, and this negative data has spilled over to the global markets as well, and that's why we had seen in the morning all the major indexes, the US futures, the Asian markets were down. So let us look into the SGX Nifty, and you will be able to see clearly how much of a overreaction it was. So when we saw the markets had closed around 15,870 levels, 780 levels in India, then SGX Nifty was showing around 15,900 in the when they were trading on after market hours in India. So from there the markets had come down and made a bottom at almost 15,778. That is yesterday's closing. So it was up 200 points after positive results, positive impact from the global markets on Friday, but then again it fell down almost 200 points and touched 15,700 today morning around 7:50 which a.m., which was after the Chinese industrial data was announced. But from there we are seeing a slight recovery. So the markets have broken the 15,800 level as resistance, and right now the SGX Nifty is trading around 15,824. So this is the SGX Nifty. So you can see a similar picture in the Dow Jones futures as well. So it has again fallen off after the good performance on Friday. So this is after the data of the Chinese data. So then again it is showing slight recovery from the end. Same with Nasdaq as well. Nasdaq is taking support towards the lower end, and this is the S&P 500. So it is also showing a slight recovery from the huge fall it has happened in the last half an hour or more. So this is regarding the data, and if you look at the global markets, we see that the UK index is also similar. UK had fallen, but again it's taking it has recovered towards the last half an hour. And then what happened is, if we look at the markets in India, so as we have seen, the SGX Nifty is showing around 15,825 level as the opening level. We can expect the markets open somewhere around this level. So last week the market closed at 15,782, and so we can expect a flat to slight positive opening today in the markets. And whenever we see flat openings in the market, from there the market can have a huge rally on either upside or either downside. So that is something to keep note of, because if there is a huge gap down, we see the gap downs are usually sold into and if there is a huge gap downs are usually bought into. So when the market opens with a gap down, we see some buying pressure towards the end, and the market reverses from there. And if there's a huge gap up, the market again, there's a gap ups are sold into, means people would like to sell at higher levels and the market would come down. That is what happens when there is a major gap up or gap down. But whenever we have seen the markets opening flat, and it can take a trend towards the upside on the downside, because at that time both the bulls and the bears are at an equal level. So that is something to keep in mind of. And talking about the important datas, the important global factors that are playing out in the market right now are obviously the China lockdown. So but the China lockdown is coming towards the end. There is some relaxation. The economy is opening up, the industries are opening up. So going ahead in the coming months, we can expect the Chinese industrial production to pick up from here, and there should be more positiveness. And Ukraine Russia conflict, which is still going on, but it is turning out to be a non-event, as it is being dragged on for such a long time. But what is the major thing that has been impacting everywhere is the inflation data. Now inflation data is high around all the global markets, and for that we can expect recession in the major global economies. So that is something what everyone is fearing right now, and that has caused the markets to jitter everywhere. The central banks of all the major economies are increasing their interest rates to curb the inflation rate. So that is something that is having a huge impact on the markets right now. So talking about Nifty, so as we have discussed in the 1 hourly chart for the last few days, that we were seeing a parallel downward channel. So again, I would like to reiterate my words that unless and until this parallel channel is broken on the upside, we cannot expect bullishness in the market. So let us hope the market takes an upward turn, because for the first half of Friday, the markets were trading firmly in the green around 16,000 level, but then towards the end there was a huge sell-off. So let us expect markets to take support around the low of the last 2 days. On Thursday and Friday, the markets made a low of 15,730. So let's hope that level is respected and the markets can reverse from there. But if that is broken, we can expect the markets to touch a low of 15,670, which was the panic low made on 8th of March. So talking quickly over the levels, Nifty towards the downside, 15,740, 15,670 and 15,600 would be the levels to watch out for. On the upside in Nifty, 15,860, 15,920 and 16,000 is the upward range that you can look into for today's trade. Talking about Bank Nifty, it is trading around 33,000, which is again a round figure support. So immediately we can expect a support at 33,000 level. If that is broken, 32,850 and then 32,200 is the lower supports which we can look into for Bank Nifty. And towards the upside, Bank Nifty can trade and take resistance at around 33,450, 33,900 and all important 34,000 level on the upside. So these are the major levels to watch out for Nifty and Bank Nifty if you are going into the trade today. So with that, we have come to the end of this pre-market show, where we have discussed all the important levels and the major data that can have the impact on trade today. Hope you have a happy trading day, and let's meet again at 11:15 at night for the post-market show, where we will be discussing what has happened in the market today and what we can expect going into the trade for tomorrow. So with this, I'll be ending my live stream here, and thank you for watching.